from Southern Maryland's weather leader. This is a JB Weather Alert.
And good evening, everyone. I'm forecaster John Bordash back with you here right before 6 o'clock. Brand new severe thunderstorm warning in effect for parts of Calvert County, now central parts of Calvert County. This includes areas like Chesapeake Beach, Huntingtown, down towards Prince Frederick, just north of Port Republic, north of St. Leonard. This is going in effect until 6:45. So it is these areas here shaded in orange. And you can see this thunderstorm that has prompted the severe thunderstorm warning is rather strong, producing a lot of lightning, heavy rain, gusty winds upwards of 60 to 70 miles an hour have been reported with this storm as it continues to move south and east here. And as I've been kind of digesting the storm here over the last couple of minutes, looking at how things are kind of unfolding within this storm, I have noticed a rather troubling signal here that we are beginning to see some indications here, maybe some broad rotation getting near the Huntingtown area. Again, we typically tend to look for areas where we can get these greens and reds beginning to touch. And we saw this signature really kind of move up here a little bit ago. If we let this move through, as it moved through Lower Marble, we got a nice couplet signature as it moved into Calvert County. It's a little bit weaker now, but we have continued to watch for that potential here as we begin to move this into Huntingtown on over towards Willows. So we will watch that potential here for maybe some broad rotation with this system. In the very least, we are still talking about gusty winds, heavy rain, and plenty of lightning with this storm as it moves south. So we're going to be moving right here into Huntingtown and crossing eventually Route 4 here in about the next 10 to 12 minutes or so. We're going to be moving here into the Willows area by about 6:20, so over the next 15 to 20 minutes, and then getting to the northern parts of Prince Frederick on over towards Stairs Beach here in the next 20 to 30 minutes here. So we will continue to watch this potential as the storm moves southward. We have additional areas of heavy rain as well, now moving into parts of Charles County. So over here towards Waldorf and Indian Head, Bryan's Road, these areas now beginning to get in on some heavy rain as well. These storms back to the west aren't severe at the moment. It is really just this one storm that's severe right now that's produced a lot of hail, some lightning as well, heavy rain, gusty winds. And if I can show you the hail tracker actually with this, because that's something we've noticed with this storm, and that tends to be something we talk about when we have storms that produce a lot of lightning, because we produce lightning that is indicative of a decent amount of hail. And right now radar is estimating hail between 1 to 2 inches potentially falling. This might be a little bit overdone, but that does show you that potential there for a healthy amount of hail with this storm as well. So we kind of have all severe modes in effect here as these storms continue to track to the south and east. Let's take you back over here. I want to see. Here we go. So this would be a storm track here for you with the core part of the storm. Again, moving into Huntingtown here really just about now, but the worst of it probably moving in over the next 10 minutes or so. Moving into Prince Frederick here in about the next 15, 20, 25 minutes by about 6:25, but you're probably seeing the dark skies just to the north now. And then potentially moving down here towards Port Republic and St. Leonard by about 6:34 and 6:42 respectively. Taking a look at the warning text with this storm. The severe thunderstorm that prompted this warning at 5:59 was located along a line extending from near Dunkirk to near Waldorf, moving southeast at 20 miles an hour. So we're talking about 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, potential for quarter-size hail, as well as plenty of lightning. And some locations impacted include, but are not limited to, Waldorf, Chesapeake Beach, Dunkirk, Huntingtown, Hughesville, Owings, Baden, Aquasco, Eagle Harbor, Lower Marlboro, Mount Harmony, and Sunderland. So you're going to want to move into an interior room on the lowest level of your floor for this storm. And we're talking about a decent amount of rain, wind, some hail, lightning, and we'll see if we have on the newest scan here of William Richmond and Clive radar. We are still talking about some broad rotation here where we're getting this couplet. And if I put this in motion here over the last 45 minutes, you can see that this couplet has kind of been together with the storm as we moved it into parts of Lower Marlboro over towards Cheneyville. You can see that right here where that started to kind of peak up a little bit. It's not as well defined at the moment, but it is still there. So that is something I will continue to watch with this storm. As the Karen is reporting that power's out in Owings up here in northern parts of Calvert County. Greg is saying heavy winds on over towards the Charlotte Hall region. And right where you're getting this pink, or like this pink purple color right here near Huntingtown, that is where we're probably looking at some of the heaviest or some of the biggest size hail here. So I want to see if we can't just get up. Let's see if we can't just try to classify some of this. Yeah, so radar, where you see these red areas, that is where we are likely looking at hail cores. So we have one here just north of Huntingtown, one here on over towards parts of Charles County. I don't have any town names loading up in this part of Charles County, but this is going to be just north of Hughesville as these storms continue to push here to the south. Let's take it back over towards normal radar reflectivity. You can see we have plenty of lightning here moving into parts of Lower Marlboro, Chesapeake Beach, Huntingtown, down towards Prince Frederick here. And I want to make sure we have reflectivity coming up here, give you a look at radar. Yeah, there we go. And if we put this over a loop over the last 45 minutes, you can see how these storms have really here moved down to the south and east. So any interest in right up along Route 4 and Route 2 in northern parts of Calvert County as you're traveling north of Prince Frederick into Huntingtown, Dares Beach as well, Willows, on over towards Chesapeake Beach. This region, you're talking about heavy rain, gusty winds, and look at all of the lightning that is showing up as well. Let's see. Is it heading Lexington Park as well? I'm getting ready to head out. James wants to know. At the moment, in Lexington Park, you don't have much here. If you see anything, it's going to be really dependent on if this developing line can hold together as it pushes to the south. So we're kind of in a wait-and-see pattern there, but I would be ready for maybe something, you know, moving through here probably over the next hour or so. Let's give radar a pause here. Let's see, major downpour in Waldorf, and we can see that right in here with this storm. And hello, Catherine. Hello. Yeah, so this is what we're talking about. I mean, this storm here in northern Calvert County has a lot of lightning with it. I mean, we're really ramping that on up as the storm continues to move on through it. Back towards Waldorf, you're just looking at heavy rain. And then we're going to watch this developing storm on over here towards Dale City. That'll be moving into Indian Head here in Nanjemoy over the next little bit. This one is beginning to produce a decent amount of lightning, and I'm sure that will also produce some higher winds as well. Sikara is reporting crazy in Huntingtown. I love the use of technical terms. The weather is crazy. And I believe that just kind of given the way that our radar signature is, and we'll be getting a new radar update here within the next minute or so on how this is looking as the storm continues here to push down towards the south and east. So if you have any interest over here towards Prince Frederick eventually in Dares Beach, this storm is going to be on your doorstep. This is going to be racing down here towards the south and east as we continue to watch this. So please stay weather aware, stay safe out there as we continue to watch this land push to the south and east. So we'll continue to see how the rest of this moves on, kind of develops and moves down to the south and east. Huntingtown under the gun right now. You can really see that here just taking a look at things. Headed on over towards Willows, Cheneyville, Chesapeake Beach, and then starting to get lightning out ahead of the storm as well out here towards Prince Frederick and Dares Beach and open parts of the bay. Let's see, what is your forecast for St. Mary City around 7 p.m.? The river concert series scheduled for tonight at 7. Mindy, so that some rain is possible. Really depends on how quickly these storms pick up and move out of here. But by 7 o'clock, if these storms are able to hold together, that might be moving through St. Mary City right around that time. And we'll see. We have additional storms down here over towards the eastern shore that are going to impact Westmoreland County as well. So these are going to continue here to move down to the south and east over the next 1 to 2 hours. If I were to put a storm track here on this, let me see what the National Weather Service has this land moving at to make sure I'm good. Slow mover at 20 miles an hour, so that would not bode well there for you. Trying to get to the concert series, and of course that's not going to work. That's fine, but yeah, generally we're talking over the next hour or two moving southward. So stay weather aware, stay tuned here to JB Weather. I'll continue to keep you updated. Any new warnings will come back here live with another forecast update. But in the meantime, I'm forecaster John Bordash. Thank you so much for joining me right now. Have a nice and safe one, and keep it tuned right here to JB Weather.
Check the forecast anytime online at jbweather.net.